Well, critics accusing the Obama administration of trying to score political points during the shutdown by taking down the Amber Alert website. The Amber Alert program issues urgent bulletins following child abductions. The program's homepage is now back up and running after it was featured on the homepage of the Drudge Report. But that certainly wasn't the case all last week, and it caused a considerable backlash. The Drudge Report pointing out the website for First Lady Michelle Obama's Let's Move campaign remained fully functional throughout the shutdown to this point. Joining us now, the A-Team, Fox News legal analyst, author of the new book Fatal Tide, Lise Wheel, Democratic strategist, Hank Scheinkoff, news director of the Tea Party News Network, Scottie, Nell, Hughes. Good to have you with us. Let's start your reaction to the idea that anybody would take down the Amber Alert website.
Using kids?
Of course. Well, I think we need a new definition of what is essential versus non-essential. Because when you're taking down something that is truly helping kids, helping to literally restore families together, yet you're able to keep your entire administration, like the White House kept all of their staff, including the 4 personal secretaries that President Obama's wife has, those are considered essential. I think we have to really define what's really truly important to this country.
And this is only an informational website. It's not like it costs that much money. It's not like, you know, you go to the website and you're immediately going to have people running out and rescuing children. This is information from parents. And so it really is just amazing to use children like this in the wrong way.
And dominating the headlines right now, obviously, the shutdown, the debt ceiling approaches, it's on everyone's mind now. And the president continues to say he won't negotiate, that it's reckless of the Republicans to actually have desires and preferences and priorities with which they'd like to discuss with the august Mr. Obama. I swear to you, Hank, the man sounds beyond imperious. And he certainly hasn't read American history on this issue.
Well, look, it's not smart to shut down the government. It's not smart to be part of it on either side. No one will benefit. The president's not benefiting the polls.
So stipulated.
I was there the last time in 1995. Right. I went through it. It's not smart. No one wins. And the reality here is John Boehner doesn't look so good either, and the president doesn't look good. Nobody looks very good, and they're all going to pay a price for it.
Okay. Everybody pays a price for it. Okay. Now, what is the idea behind a president saying that he doesn't negotiate with people? I mean, the Constitution says he does negotiate. Why isn't there more of an uproar about that?
That's something I've been thinking about today. Why aren't people really outraged by the fact that he won't sit down with the House leadership to try to work this out? Frankly, politically, what it does is it puts the House leadership at a tremendous disadvantage because it gives them nobody to talk to, and you can't make a deal if you don't have somebody to negotiate with.
Well, I just think people aren't paying enough attention to this right now. I mean, if you're not a government employee, if you haven't been affected by it, you know, on a personal level, then maybe you're not following this as much and you're not realizing, hey, wait a second, the president who's got the biggest toys in the sandbox isn't going to negotiate, isn't going to play properly with the other boys and girls in the sandbox? Wrong.
Real simple. And that's what the president wants. That's how he's won his re-election, is he wants the people to become disenfranchised, he wants them to be confused, and he wants them just to take verbatim for what he's saying. And so when you sit there and say, you know what, I'm not going to negotiate, the people that are already going to support him are still going to support him. The ones that are angry at him are not going to change their mind based on this issue. And that's the one thing.
As this rolls on, though,
that's
down,
what,
you know,
they're going to become.
This is smart politics on his part because the bait in the middle is to tell Americans, look, these guys want to stop you from getting more affordable health care. I want you to, and I'm not going to bargain that away. That's his argument, and that's what's working right now.
Yeah, but there's such a compromise, too. There's such an easy compromise. It's just that one-year extension.
But not for him, it's not, because he's playing it as the loss of affordable health care for people, and that's a good argument to make.
There's so many glitches in the computer program that they can't even sign up for if they want to.
Well, we know that, but the average folk don't know that.
Or don't care. That's the bad part.
Well, I mean, how much are we talking about frankly, an illiterate and disinterested public that is going to permit, you know, somebody said to me the other day, do we really want people voting in this country? My God, the level of knowledge about what is happening in our politics and in our government, local, state, and federal, is so deplorable. Right. Do we really, I mean, how much do we want, you know, everyone voting, an 80% turnout?
Political scientists and even the great pluralist thinkers of the 20th century did not want large turnouts. They never wanted people to turn out en masse. There's nothing new to this. And people are so bored by the incessant babble and the idiocy going on in government at every level that they've just kind of turned off. There's nothing exciting and there's nobody leading them. And the president is effectively saying, you know what, my way or the highway, and there's no one to say, President, get to the table.
Actually, there is. His name's John Boehner, and I think he's done a pretty good job. I think that he may have the president's attention on this because I think he thought, this is purely my opinion, I think he thought that Boehner would roll. I really do. We're going to have with us tomorrow night one of the folks who's been displaced by this shutdown, this campaign of pain, make it hurt as much as possible campaign by the Obama administration. He defied the federal government, opened his lodge on the Blue Ridge Parkway in North Carolina, and stuff happened.
Right.
Lisa, the law here, is it on his side?
It's on his side.
Yes.
It's on his side. Look,
There's still a little America.
Right. He's leasing it from the feds, but it's a private organization, a private lodge. So what I would argue, I'm going to speak with him tomorrow, I would argue, and his lawyers will know this, tortious interference with business interests. They are coming, they being the feds, are shutting him down, taking off his livelihood, his employees' livelihood, for something that he has already bargained for and leased from them as a private entrepreneur. They can't, it's...
And how about these people? I mean, I want to get your reactions as well as your legal opinion here. These folks at Lake Mead, now they own the houses that sits and that they've leased for long-term leases. I think they're 90-year leases. And people are throwing them out of their houses. Park rangers are coming up. Park rangers, when I was a kid, these are great. These are great folks.
Absolutely.
These people are now. I mean, they look like some sort of political police force, and that's scary to me. Where this administration is taking this country.
It's scary to anybody. It doesn't matter. This is something that's not Republican or Democrat.
Well, it is, because this is a Democratic president acting as if he were in charge of a police state.
This is wrong behavior by any measure. It's not part of the way
We agree on that.
Exactly.
But you look at Governor Scott Walker, what he's doing in Wisconsin, when he stood up and said, no, I'm going to keep my parks open. More money comes from my budget than yours. I win. That's what we need. We need these Republican governors standing up around our country and saying, I control this state, not you, President Obama. Deal with me. Don't take it out on my citizens.
And that was still governmental. This is a private organization.
Right. And that's
even more that they have the right to be able to do what they want to do.
On that count, Scott Walker's to be congratulated for doing the right thing for the people of his state.
You know, there's an effect right now, all that the country's gone through. And we talk about the apathy and the indifference of folks right now, and it's so troubling and frustrating. This is a country right now not behaving like America. There was a time local sheriffs would stand up. The mayor, the governor, county officials would stand up and say, you're not going to act like this, and understand who they're talking to and have a relationship. But we've got a government right now that is trying to intimidate every element of the citizenry and state, local, and county government. That's got to change, doesn't it?
So much of the money that comes to force county government to function comes from the feds, and you never bite the hand that feeds you.
Plus all the surveillance that's happening now. We don't know
how many other girlfriends are going to come out. We don't do that either.
So what we're really saying is the dependent nation that President Obama seems to have wanted to create, he succeeded in doing.
He's done it with voters, and he's done it with governments, and he's done it with
politicians. But then you look at a guy like
Crusoe
Conley we'll have on tomorrow, he's going to tell you different.
And Lisa's going to be here to help me out. Lisa, thanks very much. Hank, thank you. Scotty, thank you.